Hello everyone, so in this video, this will be a quick one. We will just compare the HDZERO goggles with the HDZERO VRX module. What would you lose if you use this, and what would you gain if you use the HDZERO goggles? This is Renan, and I am happy to welcome you in this channel. If you're not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. So let's talk about this HDZERO goggles and HDZERO VRX. The HDZERO VRX has been around for quite a while. It's actually designed by DVMath, and actually the design is similar to the Fat Shark Shark Bite VRX, and they just made it plain black plastic. So everything here is made out of plastic, probably to cut cost, and it works as intended. You just need to have an analog goggles with an HDMI in. So this is actually an HDMI out going to an HDMI in. Analog goggles will make your system HDZERO. Okay, so you can actually put this also on a large monitor if you really want to. And this Cadix made a similar approach with their walk snail system, and they are actually selling also a VRX similar to this one. Okay, so let's look at the design. You have four mounting option for your antenna. The Fat Shark, the original one, you only have two because there is a patch antenna on the front. But with this one, everything you can adjust to your needs. So you have a rail kit rail here also, similar to the goggles. There's a rail system, so you can place your X-Air patch antenna here and connect it on either port. Okay, so but most of the flyers use the stubby antenna on the top, patch antennas on the side, similar with the HDZERO goggles. Okay, so you have your DC port here at the sides. You have your micro SD card, the HDMI, the ELRS backpack, and firmware update port. On the other side, none, just holes to increase the airflow inside. Okay, so similarly, they are quite the same. You have four antenna ports, but the HDZERO is much more efficient. This VRX, you would need an HDMI to show whatever is being received by this receiver. Meanwhile, with the HDZERO, this VRX is inside, and this has a Linux operating system. It is like it is like a computer with a VRX inside. But since DVMath designed this, from the VRX going to the lens of the goggles, there is really minimal latency, close to zero. But this one, there is a bit of latency because you need to go from receiver going to the HDMI port, going to the HDMI in of an analog goggles, then going to the screen and going to the lens. So there's a bit of latency there, but with this one, there's almost zero latency. Okay, so that is one of the major good thing about the HDZERO goggles compared to the VRX. Another thing is, since DVMath designed this, there are other ports available for you compared with the VRX. You have your HDMI out here, which is similar to this one. But you also have an HDMI in on the goggles. So you can also use a Cadix walk snail, put it in front, and you can use this as a walk snail goggles. So that's how versatile the HDZERO goggles compared with the VRX. Another thing is, There's a microphone inside this, and there's also a microphone inside the HDZERO, but it is very, very loud because of the fan. So HDZERO goggles has this mic port that you can place your headsets and make your audio better. But with this one, the VRX, it doesn't have that. Also, there's an AV out, AV in for the goggles. So if you want to, I think, view something, okay, you can also use this port. And you have a head tracker on the side, but I'm not yet keen on using that. I'm not okay. Another thing is the HDZERO goggles is much more streamlined. This one, it's really for the budget conscious pilots. You can use this actually to run your HDZERO system. I tried to do a side-by-side comparison with the footage from the goggles and the VRX. But I somehow find that the goggles video is better compared to the VRX. I'm not sure, probably because of some codec that is in the operating system of this goggles. But this produces better results compared with the VRX. Okay, so those are the things that you need to know so that you know the difference between the two of them. But basically, they both run the HDZERO system quite nicely. So if you're really on a tight budget and you don't want to wait until HDZERO system is or HDZERO goggles is available in the market, the HDZERO VRX is a nice option for you. It can produce good results, probably not as good as the HDZERO goggles, but still, this is a good alternative if you cannot find one. Especially now, scalpers are selling their system quite high, and it's above the roof, I think ×2 of how you can just get this directly from DVMath. But you need to wait, really. I think the queue is almost 16,000 or 17,000. I think more than that. So there is a big lineup before you can get your hands on one. So this has been out in the market for quite a while now. So some distributors are selling this already. So if you're into HD system, you can try to research and look for the HDZERO VRX. And for me, both are good way to run your HDZERO system. So whatever is available for you, I think both will be good enough for your FPV needs. All right, so that's our discussion for the HDZERO VRX versus the HDZERO goggles. Hopefully this video helped you to decide which one of this would be your system to use for your HDZERO. Alright, so we will end the video here. Hope to see you on the next one. Happy flying and see you around.